Welcome to a new day at Teacher K French. We're in a new position. We're in the classroom of Mrs. French's and GCA. If you hear little noises, because there's a few kids running around for summer care. But anyways, let's get on to the lessons. Grab you some pencils, grab you some paper, and make sure you're ready to learn today. Let's start out with doing some quick additions practice today. So we have 9 plus 9, 18. 10 plus 9, 19. 14 plus 8, 22. 11 plus 1, 12. 14 plus 6, 20. 10 plus 10, 20. 15 plus 14, 29. 14 plus 3, 17. 13 plus 2, 15. 11 plus 6, 17. 9 plus 9, 18. We're back to the beginning. All right, let's do a quick review on the problem that we had left on the board. We left a measurement equation. We had 54 feet. Subtract 4 yards equals yards. Remember, if we're going to yards, the 4 yards is already in the measurement that we're going to, but we need to convert the feet over to yards. So we're going to draw a box around our feet, and we're going to go feet to yards, which means we're going small to large. And remember, when we go small to large, we divide. So we're going to put our little division sign, or you can put a fraction bar, which also means division. All right, so we have we're going to divide. How many feet are in a yard? There is 3 feet in a yard. So we're going to divide that by 3. So 54 divided by 3, 54. Divide by 3. 3 can go into 5 one time. That's 3, brings down to 2, bring down to 4. 24 divided by 3 is 8, because 8 times 3 is 24. So here is 18 yards minus 4 yards. So your final answer would be 14 yards. All right, another quick review I have on the board is I have the metric system. Remember, the U stands for unit. So we're going to write unit. Then if we go to the right of the unit, we're going to have fractions. And then we have deci, which stands for, what was deci? Deci is 1/10. We have C for centi. Centi is 1/100th. And we have M for milli. And milli is 1/1000th. Again, you really need to get these under your belt and get them in your mind. All right, so when we go to the left of the unit, we have our whole numbers, and we have DA stands for deca, and deca is worth 10. Then we have H is hecto. Hecto stands for 100, and we have K for kilo, and kilo is equivalent to 1,000. I always want to just do a little bit of review each lesson, because I want us to be able to get things to where it's just second nature. Where when we see K for kilo, we know it means 1,000. When we see D for deci, we know it's 1/10. Again, try to get your facts under your belt. Be ready and sharp at them so you can do your work quickly without rushing. There is a difference of doing work quickly and rushing through something. When you rush through something, it's very normally haphazard and just kind of want things done. But when you do things quickly, it's because you can be sharp at it and do things correctly yet quickly. All right, we're going to get into what's called Roman numerals today. So let's do let's look at some Roman numeral information. Roman numerals is the numerals that Romans use. We use regular Arabic numbers, but if we wanted to take an Arabic number and switch it to Roman numerals, we need to know some rules. All right, you will see an I. An I is equivalent to 1. You'll see a V. A V is equivalent to 5. You'll see an X. An X is equivalent to 10. Then you'll see an L. An L is 50. You'll have a C, which is 100. You will have a D, which is 500. And you'll have an M, which is 1,000. We need to make sure we know these equivalents. This Roman numeral I is equivalent to the Arabic number 1. Roman numeral V, 5. B is equivalent to 5 Arabic. One thing that's important to remember is that you can only have 3 of the same Roman numeral next to each other. If you have an I and you want to do 2, all right, let me come up here. You can do I, which equals 2. For 3, you can do I, which equals 3. But what I cannot do is I for 4. This does not equal. All right, so for 4, I have to go to 5 and subtract 1. So we'll learn in a minute that we have, so IV equals 4. One thing I'm just putting out there, if you have a lesser number in front of a larger number, that means we're subtracting whatever the lesser number is. Now for 6 would be VI. 5 plus 1 equals 6. And we'll continue to do this here in a second. So let's write out 1 through 10 using Roman numerals. Get your pencils, get your paper, and let's follow along. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can put it under that if you want to. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But all right, so 7, 8, 9, 10. Notice also the 9 is 1 in front of the 10, so that means I had to take 10 and subtract 1. I cannot do 9 like this because I cannot have more than 3 of the same digit ahead of each other. All right, so let's see, what if we wanted to do 20? We can do 20 from 10 plus 10, so that would equal 20. If I want to do 25, 25. Now, if I want to do 30, x, 10 plus 10 plus 10 equals 30. Now, if I want to do 40, because I can't do 4 x's, okay? I cannot do that. That doesn't work. So I have to take 10 away from 50, and we learned that L equals 50, so 50 minus 10, again, my lesser unit is before the greater unit. That means I'm going to subtract. So now I have 40. We'll simply just use L for 50. Now if I want to go 60, I have 50 plus 10. Now the greater unit is in front of the lesser unit, so now I add. So 50 plus 10 equals 60. All right, what if I want to do a larger number? Let's say I want to do 97. All right, so I want to do 97. Well, first I got to figure out how to do 90. All right, well, I can't. There's 50, 60, 70, 80. Remember, I can't do that. That won't equal 90 because I can't have more than 3 of the same Roman numeral together. So let's scratch that and let's think. What is 90? 90 is 10 less than 100. So there's 10 less than 100. We know what C was 100. And so if I have 10 less than 100, now I have 90. I want to do 97. So here's 90. There's 95, 96, 97. All right. What if I want to do, say, 1,208? So 1,208. We erase this out of the way. All right, so 1,000, we know 1,000 is M. 200, we can do 100 plus 100. So there's my 1,000. There's my 100 and 100, which equals 200. All right, and 8. How do I do an 8? I do 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 and 3, and if I add all those up together, those are equal. So one thing, another to remember is when you get to 5 or 4,000, you have 4,000. You can't do M, M, M. Now 3,000 is 3 M's, but 4,000 you do a 4 and you put a line over it. Not underneath it, over this line above this number, like for 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, there's 10,000. That line above it is equivalent to 1,000. Again, remember in Roman numerals, you can only have 3 of the same Roman numeral next to each other. You cannot have any more than 3. The ones, again, to remember, I'll hold this up a little closer so you can see it. It is very important to remember that I equals 1, V equals 5, X equals 10, wherever X is down here. I think it's, oh, they didn't put a 10 on here. They didn't, this one chart doesn't have, but X equals 10. Oh, there it is right there, 10. And then you have L equals 50. You have D equals 500. You have C, which equals 100. And you have M that equals 1,000. So I equals 1, V equals 5, X equals 10, L equals 50, C equals 100, D 500, and M 1,000. So put those in your brain and start practicing those basic Roman numerals. Have a great day.